3%. Only 3.7% of the populace is covered by insurance, the so-called HIS. Insecurity is a growing problem in Osun State, especially with the mining sector, where all kinds of violence is taking place with illegal miners, having a field day. Exactly what is this scorecard we talk about?
So as not to make this repartee to be riddled in Sphinxian conundrums or the Bagogeco rigmaroles, I'm going to rattle through the fast with a barrel of a gun. And these are advanced. And I'm going to compartmentalize Governor Oyetola's achievements within the praxis and maxis of the economy, health, agriculture, infrastructure, and welfare of workers. And I'll speak to some bullet points. It will interest you to know that the Osun budget performance has improved from 58% in 2018 when it got into power to 86.48% in 2021. That is a cornucopious testament to its fiscal responsibility. I want to equally bring to your attention and bring under focal biceps and biceps that the budget of Osun State in terms of capital projects have increased from 59.95% in 2018 to 64.43% in 2021. And it will interest you to know that Osun State has the 4th lowest unemployment rate in the country and the 2nd lowest in the Southwest region. And these are brass tacks.
What's the percentage of that unemployment rate?
You work it out.
Work it out. The figure I just gave you, 37% unemployment, by any standards, is not a pass mark.
No. If you take notice of the fact and take immediate recognition of the fact that Osun State is a microcosm in a macrocosm, it's a state operating within the context of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, right. and you judge that against what is happening across the left and Federal Republic of Nigeria, you will give a pass mark, especially when you know that is a state where you don't have oil, especially when you know that is a state before Oyetola came on board. There was a time after federal allocation has been distributed in Abuja, that state took home nothing less than 1.1 million naira. It is due to his physical husbandry and due to the fact that he has increased the internally generated revenue of that state is the reason why he has done the most he has done.
Okay, so let's talk about security, because even INEC, the electoral body, has raised concerns about the level of security and cultism in Osun State ahead of this election. Is that not a worry?
I don't think that is a cause for mental pabulum. I said that against the backdrop of the fact that there is no crime rate in Osun State. Osun State and Osun government has been able to curb the rate of crimes in their state. So I think it is alarmist, and it is no cause for worry.
Is it alarmist to disrupt collection of PVCs? Because we saw that happen in Elisha. Is that alarmist? For thugs to have a free day in broad daylight, disrupt people from collecting the PVCs, which will allow them to vote come July 16th. Is that alarmist?
You can't justify that. But what we are saying here, on a broader scale, if you look at the ratio of 1 to 10, I am saying to you on the ratio of 1 to 10, Osun State is free of crime to the tune of about 7 to 8%. You certainly cannot totally incapable or immobil extirpate, some of those deviant behaviors. But you do not now use such infinitesimal quantum to now give a generic quantification as to what is the crime rate in Osun State.
All right, we'll give you that, but there are serious concerns about security around the election. Come July 16, the Osun people will be going to the polls. How confident are they that their lives and property will be protected? Considering the level of, politics by all means, victory by all means, do or die tendencies, growing tendencies as far as that's concerned. How do you guarantee that the people will be protected, before, during, and even after the election. And there's that issue of vote buying. There are concerns that the ruling party will use any means, including vote buying or vote trading, as some would refer to it, to gain the upper hand.
In a country where our system of government still anchors around prebendalism, in a country where our system of government is still highly mercantilistic, in a country where our system of government is still practicing crude and primitive capitalism, it will be sheer vacuous hocus pocus. It will be sheer jickery-pokery for me to sit down here and say to you that the issues you have raised, the issues you have raised under focal biceps and biceps, are not issues to worry about. It is up to the security agents of this country to ensure that justice is done. It is up to the security of this country to ensure that they monitor the elections and bring to justice anybody that wants to take the laws into its hands. That is up to the security agencies.
And what about voter apathy? We just had an off-season election in Ekiti, and we saw the numbers of people who came out to elect the next governor for the next 4 or 8 years. Are you concerned, and what's your party doing to ensure we don't see a repeat of that?
Well, you cannot blame the voters when they don't come out to vote.
Who do we blame?
You blame government.
Which government?
That is the matter. You blame over the years. You blame government over the years. The truth of the matter is that government has not risen up to its constitutional onus probandi in providing democracy dividends for the people. And get that backdrop, therefore, the people feel a sense of psychological and emotional anathema towards their civic rights.
And
but you are not going to see this.
In almost 8 years, Nigerians still don't have the confidence that their votes will count.
You are not going to see this in Osun because Governor Oyetola has lifted the bar. The workers in Osun State are happy. The workers are going to come out to vote. He has fulfilled his constitutional obligations to the workers in Osun State. In every material particular, I can assure you that you are going to see a paradigm shift. You are going to see a paradigm shift in terms of the mobilization, in terms of the emotional paroxysm of racism that Osulites are going to show in this election.
We'll have to leave it there. Patrick Obahiagbon, APC chieftain, absolutely can be sure of that. We are on ground already in Osun to give you all the events as they unfold there in Osun State. Patrick Obahiagbon, APC chieftain and member media.